very aware that we are doing very difficult work. And people are going to get their feathers ruffled. We understand that. We don't like it, but it's going to happen because we're saying things some people don't want to hear.
Welcome back to Mad in Love, the podcast where we dive deep into the complexities of relationships, healing, and growth. We're back with Dr. Hawkins, and we're joined by his esteemed colleague, Jonathan Glover, to tackle an important topic today. Clients coming to us, they have they have some clear things that they are hoping to gain out of sessions with Marriage Recovery Center, and it may not align with what they have received or what they perceive they have received. So that may lead to reviews on public platforms. May it be, well, any number of things, Yelp, BBB, comments, it could be anything. How do you handle negative reviews from clients, especially when you're not able to publicly address specific concerns due to privacy laws?
Well, for a couple of thoughts. First, I think at the front end, and this kind of sidesteps your question, but I'll answer it in a moment. I think we as therapists need to be really careful about managing expectations. What exactly are you coming for? What exactly are you expecting from us? And like I said, I make it really clear during the marriage evaluation. I'm going to say difficult things. I want you to walk away from our marriage evaluation and think about, do you want that? Because I may not be the right fit for you. You may not want someone who's going to speak candidly about what they see in your relationship. To Jonathan's point, I'm going to name bad behavior, and you may not want somebody like me. I'm kind of no nonsense, and you may not want no nonsense. So we manage expectations. All right, you get somewhere down the road and somebody has their feathers ruffled. We can't do much about that. I mean, we're bound by HIPPA laws, and we have to honor privacy, and so we're not going to try to counter any press. We can't say whether someone has been a client or not been a client. So, and that happens. It happens. We're very, very, we as a company, Marriage Recovery Center, we're very aware that we are doing very difficult work. And people are going to get their feathers ruffled. We understand that. We don't like it, but it's going to happen because we're saying things some people don't want to hear. Jonathan, how would you answer Katie's question?
I generally encourage any client who has concerns or questions to bring those up directly with their therapist, no matter where you're working. But especially, here at MRC, where, a big part of how I see it, and I think what Dr. Hawkins is saying as well, is a big part of our work here is to say this is what I'm seeing. I'm not even talking about what happened over the weekend at your home. I'm talking about what's showing up right here in the session. I'm seeing something, and I'm going to reflect this. And it is difficult to hear. It's going to be difficult to hear. But if you want to change, this process of receiving this feedback is going to be an important part of that process. And honestly, I've had clients leave unhappy, very unhappy, and sometimes even return 6 months later and say, you know what, I wasn't ready to hear it then. I am more ready. I don't know if I'm completely ready to hear everything you have to say, but I'm more ready. I want to re-engage, and I have to also have faith that and trust in that process. That sometimes that is that individual's journey. So I certainly. I think it's helpful to bring it up into session. If you're a client and you are confused or upset or frustrated by something, bring it up, talk about it. And sometimes that does also provide some clarity to say, like Dr. Hawkins is talking about with this clarity, to say, I understand, as a therapist, I understand what you're saying, and I understand that was your expectation coming in here. Also, that's not the objective here. That's not my goal. And that wasn't what was outlined at the beginning. For example, marriage evaluations. There are people that come in expecting marriage counseling, and the evaluation is not counseling itself. It's a really important step in the therapeutic process, but it's an evaluation. And so trying to explain what the goals and the objectives and the roles of the therapist are at the beginning of that process is important, just as an example.
And I want to just reiterate, we're doing really hard work. We are challenging character patterns, or some would call them self-defeating behaviors. And we've all got them, defensiveness. We've all got patterns that are self-defeating. And so I, at the front end, say, look, I mean, you've got some bad behaviors, some self-defeating behaviors. I can see them. Do you want? Are we agreed that I'm going to call them out? I'm going to talk about them. I can't see everything, but Jonathan, here's one of the things I say to individuals at the front end. I say to them, if we work together, everything will be seen. And then I say, not everything, of course, not everything. I'm not, I can't see everything, but our work, trouble jumps out at us, right, Jonathan? It jumps out at us. We see it, and I say to this individual or this couple, do you want someone who will see this stuff and name this stuff? It's in your shadow side. It's in your. You may not be able to see it. In fact, you probably don't see it fully. You maybe see it partially. I can help you see it, and then you can make better choices about it. It will be uncomfortable. It will. None of us like someone calling out that stuff that we work at protecting and hiding from ourselves and from others. So anyway, it's very uncomfortable work, but we're very, very, very unique in that regard. It takes strength of character. It takes being mindful that we're going to take some shots, and we keep showing up to do it. It's really hard work. It's very rewarding work, but I want to reiterate again, no shortcuts, no simple answers, and we're going to make that clear at the front end. Everyone, if you want to do the hard work, Jonathan and Jill and Dr. Hudson and Dr. Hunt, all our entire team, we're here ready to roll up our sleeves to do the hard work. But there will be nothing easy about it, but it can be very, very rewarding.
Thank you, Dr. Hawkins, and thank you, Jonathan, for sharing your insights. To our listeners, we hope that this episode has provided you a deeper understanding of the work that we do here at the Marriage Recovery Center. If you found this discussion helpful, please leave us a 5-star review and subscribe to Mad in Love for upcoming episodes. If you're interested in getting started with the Marriage Recovery Center, you could reach out to us by emailing frontdesk@marriagerecoverycenter.com. We're here to help. Until next time, take care.